This is the all-new 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLE 450. This particular GLE 450 has a Cirrus silver metallic exterior. This is Mercedes' midsize SUV that falls in between the GLC and the GLS. I really like the GLE, and it's my second favorite in the class. My favorite vehicle in this class has to be the BMW X5, followed by the Mercedes-Benz GLE and the Audi Q7. The styling is very Mercedes, very classy. And now let's go ahead and check out the interior. Right off the bat, you can see the materials are premium and do not feel cheap. Very high quality materials. Beige leather interior. Genuine leather seating, of course. The door has a solid thunk to it. You can see soft touch material up here, wood grain trim, and your seat controls. And of course, you do have 3 memory seat settings. Let's go ahead and demonstrate the seat functions. Here's your headrest up and down button. The second switch can be used to recline the seat forward or back. This button is used to move the seat forward or back. If you like, you can also move it up and down. Very adjustable seats. You can find your perfect driving position with all the adjustability that the seats have. The last switch is used for thigh support, which is convenient, especially on long road trips. Lots of adjustability with the seats. I can find the perfect driving position, very comfy. These seats are made to be sat in for hours and hours. Super comfy. You have heated and ventilated seats. You have a Burmester speaker right there. Door locks. Nice leather trim. These buttons feel pleasant to the touch. Very typical Mercedes switches. Wood grain trim right here. Your electronic parking brake release. You have all your lighting controls right here. Automatic headlights. Your roadside lamps. As well as your night lights. And you also have your fog lights, and the brightness of the gauge cluster can be controlled as well. Now here's your digital cockpit. 3-spoke leather wrapped steering wheel. You have all of your steering mounted controls right here to interact with your cockpit and the infotainment system. All these buttons can be used for like your cruise control and your distance keeping. And here are more of your main functions for the infotainment system. You have home button, volume button, voice assistant, call button. Like the buttons on the left are used for cruise control, and the buttons on the right are used for the infotainment system. Now, there are a couple ways you can interact with this infotainment system. You can use the buttons on the steering wheel, you can use the touch interface, or you can use the touchpad. I'm just going to do mix, and right now I'm going to tap the screen. See how responsive that is. You have phone, you have your navigation. I'm going to have to admit, these colors are not very bright. The colors are very dim. They're dim, they're not as realistic, but maybe it has like a layer on and you can actually put on, change the colors and stuff like that. But this current layer that's on, I really don't like it. You have your comfort right here. You have seat comfort. You have to turn on the vehicle to do that. But you can adjust your ambient lighting. And here you have 64 color ambient lighting, of course. You can choose between multicolor animations, and your effects. You have ocean blue. For example, lights up the whole cabin. Even lights up down there. You can see you have purple sky as well. Not that different from ocean blue. You have red moon, kind of pink, but it's red. And this is actually red. It's fire red. You have dawn blue. You have sun yellow, jungle green, glacier blue, color flash, color mix. So many colors. I think the color mix personally, I think it looks tacky. I just prefer one color. Like this. Ocean blue has to be my favorite color for ambient lighting. But I personally wouldn't use ambient lighting that much. You have your vehicle information. All of these, the vehicle has to be on in order to do all these things. And right now I'm using the touchpad. Responsive. Very responsive to the touch. I like rotary dials and touchpads. I like my screen to be both touchpad and rotary dial. Touchpad and touch interface. Or rotary dial is also good as well. You can also control all of your lane keep assist, your distance, the ESP, parking assist, all of those things. 4 square air vents, very classy looking. Dual zone climate control. I think these buttons aren't the best, but they don't feel bad. I wish they would have implemented some knobs instead of these switches, but it's not bad still. You have all your AC controls. In the middle, you have your hazards button. A cubby space right here. Some USB-C ports. 12-volt power outlet. 2 cup holders. Your drive mode selected right here. You have your parking cameras. Shortcuts right here, so you can go to car, you can go to favorites. You can press right here, it takes you to the navigation screen. Favorites, you press a star. Navigation screen, press navigation. Of course, you have a radio button and you have a phone button as well. All your shortcuts, usually what the function that you use the most on the infotainment system. A cutter right here. I really love this wood grain trim. Some grab handles for when you're flooring the vehicle. Leather armrests, plenty of space down here. You also have a USB port down there. These leather seats, very comfy, very supportive. Amazing for long rides and road trips. It will not make your back sore or anything. You have a glove box decently sized. All of this is soft touch. And overall, Mercedes did a great job with this cabin. But I'm going to admit the X5's cabin is better. But this is still a very nice cabin. Although I personally get a brown interior on the GLE. Or maybe a black interior. But I prefer brown over black for the interior. So now we're going to step back here into the second row. No, this GLE does not have a third row. But you can option to have a third row. Although, why would you get a GLE with a third row if you can just get a GLS, which is much more spacious? And about the same price as the GLE 450. Same materials. Back here. Very premium feeling. Oddly, I like where Mercedes put the door handle. Perfect spot. The seats end up with the B-pillar, and I have plenty of room back here. You have 2 air vents right here. Cubby space. And a 2-prong home style outlet right here. You have a little tray right there. Armrests. Soft. 2 cup holders also. And here is a glimpse of what it looks like from the rear seats. And back here you also have your own panoramic sunroof. Very beautiful to look at. Let's go ahead and check out the rear cargo space. Press this button right here and your rear tailgate will open. A bunch of room back here. There's so much room back here. You can fit so many things. You could put if you have a pet, you can put their bed right there and they can just lay down. And they'll still have oxygen. Don't worry. Lots of room back here to haul many, many items. You have little cutouts as well. Of course, you can fold the seats down and you have even more versatility. And you also have a 12-volt outlet right there. This GLE is extremely spacious. Thank you so much for watching this review of the 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLE 450. Personally, I get an X5, but this is still the second best in class, at least in my opinion. I would definitely opt for the 450 as the 350 is pretty underpowered. The 450 has a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6, while the 350 has a 4-cylinder, which is quite underpowered. So overall, Mercedes did a splendid job with this vehicle. Mercedes really pampered you with all these luxurious features, luxurious cabin, great leather seats. It's a great, less expensive alternative to the BMW X5. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.